59?
59.
Shit.
It's like an awkward sex position.
All right, welcome to the...
Why are your feet in my face?
Welcome to the 59th episode of the What'd You Say podcast. Jay's not here because he's fucking late, but me and Maddie, we're on a roll. Maddie Phelan is with us again. So since last week, there's only been about 100 shootings. So hopefully...
Easy week.
None of our viewers have disintegrated into the world of toxic violence.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Well, I mean...
But seriously, it could be anybody.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't think we have a big elementary school following.
Not yet. Oh, that attitude. Come at us, kids. Don't. Please, don't. I was talking to my mom about this, because my mom's scared of literally everything in the world. She's a sweetheart. But she is scared of everything, and she's like, I work at a public library. I could be shot. And I was like, yes,
Anybody
that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem, you know? Want a book? Get shot. Want to go to the grocery store and get a loaf of bread? Get shot. Want to learn something? Most likely will get shot. It's bad. It's bad.
Definitely get shot at Walmart.
Yeah.
27 school shootings so far in 2022 and 246 mass shootings. So you gotta be careful, right? Because I do want to bring this up. This is totally not even what him and I got on to talk about, but
I think it has something to do with it, though.
I was a mass shooting. That's a shooting that it's two people.
I thought it was like yeah,
something like that. So
because a lovers quarrel, and I'm not trying to make a joke of it. Like 3 people shooting can be a lovers quarrel, which is domestic violence, and so yeah.
Right, and so
that's not actually why. That's just my theory.
So there's talk that now, because what the number of people who are shot, like what we consider a mass shooting, that certain people. Okay, how much is it?
So
at least 4 people.
Party.
Okay, that could be
swingers party.
So 4 people, but that could be like anywhere, especially in areas where there's high gang violence. Now you don't have to die to be shot. So if that many people are shot, they're like, okay, this is a mass shooting, right?
That's some
and so they're
very
like,
smart words. You don't have to die.
You don't have to die. You just have to get shot, and they're like mass shooting, and then they want to cloud up the numbers, so the data of like what's actually what we consider this mass shooting tragedy versus like different violence that's typical to that neighborhood. They're all getting like mushed together, which kind of skews the data of where these are mostly occurring.
Don't you think that anything that can be done, including manipulating the numbers to get action, not to put this podcast on one side of the line or the other, but don't you think that that's warranted? Even if it's manipulating the numbers, there's still a problem. And if, it's like making something bold on a piece of paper so that you can see it, right? It's not necessarily...
I think having the numbers is good. I think that when it depends on who you're talking to about it, right? Because if they can say, well, it's this type of people, so... if they add more shootings from more urban areas or whatever, they're going to be like, well, it happens way less with people who are safe gun owners, and then so it becomes
that's fair. That's fair.
It becomes this argument about different people. Well, it's high crime. It's stolen weapons. It's this. It's that. Yeah. They're all there anyway. Like it's fucking.
Well, I think the point of the matter shouldn't necessarily be. Well, we need to fix this side of violence, or gun violence. It should be all the sides, and it includes.
Well, that's the problem.
Getting
everybody
related.
to agree on that.
No, I know. That will always be the problem. I'll come. I own a gun. I don't keep bullets with me or anything like that. If someone told me that I need to give up my gun to save a person, I'd be like, well, fuck. Let me go unlock it and give it to you. I think that's. And being a responsible gun owner, obviously I'm slightly conflicted because I own it. I feel dirty owning it, but the only reason I got that gun was because my father owns guns. It's classic daddy issues. My father owns guns, and in him trying to show love to me was like trying to buy me a gun, and of course I was like, I can buy my own gun. Right? And so now I just have this gun. It's locked up. I don't have bullets. I haven't shot it in forever. Right? And it's just a pistol. But it was just because I didn't want my dad to buy something for me and think that he could show me. I don't know. I have problems. But anyways.
It's like, I'm fucked up, but at any rate, I have a gun. So I'm conflicted.
Yeah. So yeah. But it's like, but I don't want people to view me as
like a gun nut. Like,
you know, my.
I think guns are fine. I find like I can go down a rabbit hole of like these weird tactical shooting videos. I think that they have a place for sure. I think hunting is an age old. I mean, that is where we come from as a society. You know, like hunter gatherers. Like I just feel like, I don't know. I think that less changes, like when you're more concerned about the impact of us as a whole. Like I still think for a place called the United States, it's so funny because like we compared to other cultures, we're so like independent, and other cultures are so collectivist, and so they're like, okay, us as a culture, we care about each other and protecting our values. But here we change so much from state to state that everybody's like, every man for himself.
Well, let me say something though. You're completely right. I agree with you. But what about the theory that we, as in people from the United States of America, not just America, United States of America, are that, but they've been sliced up so that they can't see the whole culture, and they can only see they're nearsighted in their culture aspect instead of farsighted. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
So like, they still have that. It's just not the greatest way of going about it. But what I wish I had answers to.
I think we forget as a society, I wonder, people like to remember certain things and forget other things, and it's like, remember when everybody here was being persecuted and we were all like, no, and then we went
no
on a war to protect all each other's collective rights, and we were like, fuck yeah, 1776, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Now everybody's like, you get caught up in what you're exposed to, and also politics has so much to do with it.
Well, I was gonna say, like, you also have to look at it like that 1776 aspect also could be its own little thing, and we as a society have evolved. But there's people who think that we should stay true to this original idea.
Oh, I don't mean that. I just mean like the togetherness.
No, I know. I'm saying like
like hardcore constitutional people, like 2A people that are all right.
Thou shalt not give away their slaves.
What?
Like that's what I'm saying. Like that shit was going on then.
Well, it's like religious people who are like, all right, well, don't have a beard or eat shrimp. Like I don't know. Like there's so many different.
I don't eat shrimp. So I'm close. So come at me.
so I think I think there's just way too much interpretation, and just people feed off of that. Like, and then also people want to be validated, which is what we were talking about before. So they look to the people, like the politics and the leaders, who validate their sentiments and who use fear, I think, to make them kind of flop one way or the other, because both sides do it. I don't care, when I say both sides, then it's like a shame that there's just like two sides of this coin that, we live in. But like both sides are like, well, if you don't go to green energy, the world's going to end. And your state you're living on is going to fall off the United States and float away and become its own island, and then you're going to drown to death, and we're going to have terrible storms, and the worst of the worst of the worst is going to happen. And then religious people are like, oh, well, if you believe in abortions, Revelations is going to happen, and the world's going to fucking end. And then
so we're on the same page. The world is going to end.
And then, other people are like, they're stealing your jobs and they're stealing your money and your livelihood and everything. Then what about white people?
Yeah, get some new material, man. Come on, people. That's an old saying.
So it's like really, everybody's just like scared.
No, I know. Well, so I don't think of it as sides as much as I think of it like a ball, right? And we're all on the ball, except on this side, you think that the light only shines on this side, and so it's dark on that side. And if you're on this side, you think that the light only shines on this side, and it's dark on that side. And that's part of our biggest problem, is we're all coexisting, right? And we're all on this ball, and we're all on this rock in the floating in nothingness, if you want to go that deep. But we're all on this ball, and
planet Earth, if you will,
the planet Earth. But because of that, we're too, we and me being included in this, because I don't know anything, right? I only know what I know, and
right. Like, I mean,
I promise you that's not that much.
That's the problem.
Yeah, but that the ignorance of thinking that, the sun doesn't shine on the other side, it only shines on your side, is the part of the problem, right?
Right.
And yet we're so ignorant not to realize that we're all standing on the same ball. Right? Yeah, so
that coupled with being unteachable.
Yeah.
And feeling like you know everything. There's nothing, and we talked about this, there's nothing more that I hate than just like a fucking person who doesn't listen to your side, and they're just like, everything they think is right. They're never wrong. Their opinion, and then there's no, like, you can't have a balanced conversation.
Click up here if you think we're wrong. Sorry, I love pointing at. I like giving Bubba more work.
Don't click it. It's a Pornhub link.
Classic donkey porn.
Better than classic. Tranny porn.
Yeah.
The girl just happened to me.
Yeah.
We talked about it.
Yeah.
It's
happened to the best of us,
Well, then I'm the best, baby. Because I was like,
every time. You should work on your search terms when you're saying transitional movies.
I don't even. Okay, dude, I don't even want to verbalize what I was actually searching.
Yeah. Well, you said it tonight.
But I'm surprised.
Really?
I'm surprised.
I'm surprised that women who definitely don't have penises.
Do you want me to bleep it out? Because I can.
Yeah. I want to know.
No. Oh man, I'm a private person.
No, you're not.
No.
So, it's still Pride Month, so if you're gay, congratulations on that.
Yeah.
And to myself.
Oh yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah. I think it's very important not to cut off the person who's talking about it and living it. But
that's typical of being gay.
Yeah. And just talking to me. I don't think anyone gets a word in edgewise. But I was gonna say, who?
Or Jay.
Yeah. This guy.
Oh, dude, this guy. When he gets here.
Yeah. I'm just gonna keep him in his place the whole time. I was gonna say I think it's great. I've talked about this with my friends. I mean, like, it's very and this is kind of on the line of what we were talking about with like empathy and things like that. Like, it's very tough to live in a world and not want every single person to feel accepted when all you want in your life is to be accepted, no matter who you are, what your beliefs are. Like, that's like kind of goes down to the core of it. Like, I want to be accepted, right? We're social people.
But Jay, he says he doesn't care what anybody thinks about him, but I don't think that's true.
Oh, that's very untrue, because he tells me he cares what I think of it. Like that. Yeah, that's
well, maybe that was personal, but
no, I would hope everyone cares about what I think about them, especially if I'm giving them, words of affirmation or things like that. I want them to care about, because I want to be accepted.
But you're right. At the core, it's at the core, not specific to who or what. People just want to feel like they belong somewhere, and that is like when people research the term happiness. And I mean, we talked about this when I was in college and grad school. Like, the term happiness is subjective, but the one thing that is like a common thread throughout all different types of happiness and all different types of cultures is belonging.
Mm-hmm.
To someone, to some group, to some idea, to accepted by some people with common interests.
Yeah.
Like, that is a common thread, no matter what.
Well, it's almost like culture, being part of a culture, and that's why I think that's why it's really tough. Not to bring it back to what we were talking about, but I think that's why it's really tough to like take people out of their mindset because they've been accepted in this mindset.
That's true.
And people want to be accepted, and so that's why it's not about the guns. But this is a culture these people live, and they feel like their acceptance of a culture is being taken away from them, and that's heard, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not heard as much as people dying, right?
Right.
So.
But I mean.
But anyways, I agree.
They have to wrap their heads around that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what that takes. To be honest, like, that would be such an interesting research project to figure out like where is the line, right? Where people really okay, when there are people who go to jail already as like neo-Nazi type Aryan Brotherhood type people, and not to get all American History X, but there are people who change. There's a guy who dedicates his life, we talked about this, to meeting with these KKK members and talking to them and educating them and combating their fear with love and empathy and and knowledge, and they do change. They do change, but emotionally inside of you, where's that line?
Yeah. No,
and does everybody have one? I don't know.
I mean, you said something that definitely resonated with me, which was fear, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fear for me drives a lot of poor decisions, right? Because I'm scared of something, so I either avoid it or I do something that's reactive instead of purposeful, and things like that, because I'm scared of it and I don't know how to handle it, and either it's from past trauma or it's from the unknown, right? And what's scarier than the unknown? I mean,
well, that's anxiety. Because some people welcome
I
that.
know.
Some people welcome that. Some people, believe it or not, I'm a person with anxiety, so I really can't identify with how you just wouldn't care. But some people literally just wake up and they're yeah, whatever happens, happens, and they're they're fine with that. Yeah. I can't imagine. That makes my stomach turn.
Well, I'm a classic overthinker, so the best way I can explain to people who don't overthink is it's think of just what we'll call normal, quoting if you're listening to the podcast, normal, right? They see a square, and that's their perspective, but in reality, it's a cube.
Right.
Right? For an overthinker, their perspective is a cube, but in reality, it's just a square. Right, because we overthink. We add so much to it. Yeah, we add so much to it because we sometimes it's fear. I'm going into this situation, I do not know what to expect.
You have to consider all possibilities.
Yeah, exactly. And so,
go ahead. I was gonna say remember in school you had the thought webs.
I didn't go to school.
You have a thought here, and you have 4 branches, and each branch has its own branch.
So it's a family tree of all your anxiety.
Yeah, exactly.
God, talk about fear. I don't know how to touch that. But no, yeah, it's
and just branch.
It's like everything in this world. You can view it as a curse, but it can also be a blessing. I mean, that's what makes me good at my job is I'm able to think about a lot of possibilities and going
be prepared for
but in social life and in love life and things like that, whoa, God, just thinking about it, it's what did that thing that person do or say mean? What did it mean, right? Instead of just being that person said that, I'm all right, well, you know,
you can never accept it for what it is.
Yeah, let's play a game of chess with myself because there's no winning. Yeah, so, yeah, it's tough, but
how do you function in romantic relationships?
not well. Listen, I'm a lover, but I think my biggest problem is it's like my biggest problem is like I attach myself to people in a good way, like I'm very loyal, right? Mm-hmm. But with that comes, you know, I'm gonna preface this with I haven't been in a significant relationship since I've done serious work at therapy, like almost 2 years. So I don't know what it would be now, but post or pre-therapy, you know, I care too much, right? I love too hard, and that's not great.
Well, you're often disappointed.
Well, me?
I'm saying when you.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't tell me about that. No.
Like in relationships where there's two different levels of like intensity. Mm-hmm. Oftentimes, like a person that like attaches themselves to a person or like. I mean, it is usually like a trauma bond. Yeah. Like, you know, when it happens that quick and you're in this relationship and you're just like, you're all about this person and you're automatic, you have this loyalty to them. And then it almost always ends up that person becomes overwhelmed by it. And then you either become resentful because you don't get what you put into the relationship or, you know, you get ghosted.
Yeah. Well, so my ex, I've probably talked about it before, the last significant relationship I had, where she fucking moved away and didn't even tell me. Like, so yes, and I think that's the hard part of, like, it's always like, I was thinking about this the other day, and like, it's the vulnerable moment. Click on the button to know what vulnerability is. But, you know, I think it's funny, like, I'm super scared of love, right? Like, if you've gone throughout your whole life thinking that love is only the end point of that transaction with purpose, I know it makes it very, you know, cold or whatever, but if you only think about love as how it ended.
Like, you have to work so hard to get it.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, every instance of romantic love I've had, theoretically, has ended, right?
Right.
And most likely painfully, right? So it makes it very hard to want to, like, be, be in that moment again. You gotta do a better job. And maybe I'm just talking to myself now. You gotta do a better job of looking at
because you're thinking like, all right, well, it's only going to get to a certain point, and at the highest peak of my love for this person, something bad's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great point. Yeah, I still chase it like crazy, but it's like a funny principle. I was thinking about it. It's like it's a funny principle that I will, you know, like think of like a dog at a fence, right? I run up to that fence, and that fence is like the love line, right? Mm-hmm. And then I just stand there, and I don't know what to do from that point, right? Because I'm just running up to it, I'm so fucking ready for it, and then I'm like, I don't know, what if I cross this line? Yeah.
Well, I think that even though you... It sounds
this is the point of why I said what vulnerability is, because vulnerability isn't
that's what I was just going to say.
That is vulnerable. Vulnerability is allowing yourself the ability to get hurt for, you know...
Well, allowing yourself to enter a situation and not know if it's going to work out, if you're going to get hurt. It's allowing yourself to not, like... You know, vulnerability is not like waiting to see if you have this person like in your corner before you start dishing, because then that person really hasn't attached themselves to you for the right reasons. Mm-hmm. Like it's a mutual agreement to be like, I'm gonna let my wall down and you're gonna let your wall down, and we're gonna do that at the same time, and we're not gonna like everything about each other.
Yeah.
But we're not going to dislike everything about each other. And are we actually going to be able to communicate around those ups and downs to connect?
Thank you, Bubba.
I can. Is it in here?
No, I put him in that fridge.
So,
sorry.
and vulnerability.
You can bring both of them. I'll just drink both of them.
Vulnerability for me is fucking hard.
Oh yeah, it's like, so I'm not gonna say names or anything, but someone had said that to me, like one of their possible goals, and I'll say sorry right now. I'm not gonna say any names or anything, but it made me think about my vulnerability and where I'm putting myself. Like I love people a lot. I show my love and things like that, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm allowing myself to be loved, right? And I think that's where that vulnerability really thrives is in that aspect of allowing other people to love you and you accepting that, right?
Oh shit.
Because if you didn't say
Bubba dropped something. It wasn't that I was so intrigued in that when he was like, oh shit, good point, Maddie.
That was a good point, but great timing. But yeah, so I think so it's like allowing yourself to be loved and I don't do a good job at that. Like I get squirmy when people appreciate me or things like that, and like that comes from deep stemmed trauma, but me accepting that as reality.
I hate this quote, right? I hate this quote, but it is very true. Because I think everybody does truly accept the love that they think they deserve. Mm-hmm. Like in a situation where you become the giver, you become, like drowning this person with what you think is love, when it's really just like, acts of service and lustfulness and
your 5 languages.
Right. You're doing them all at once. Yeah. But I think really, even when that person doesn't at first like reciprocate, mm-hmm. you will stay and be like, well, let's see how they come around, or let's see like what they react to. That's not everybody, but I think to an end, accepting love in general is like, if I think I deserve love, I'll accept love. But a lot of people have trouble like loving themselves in a way and accepting themselves in a way that it becomes like, well, if I don't love me right and I don't love me the right way, then how can I possibly, and your brain knows this to some degree, and I think that's where the anxiety about vulnerability comes in, because it's like, okay, well, how can I accept that this person mm-hmm. truly loves me and cares about me and wants the best for me? Because if I can't,
I know myself the best. Thus, right. How can, if I can't
somebody
love
else?
Myself, yeah.
Yeah, because I know everything about me, and if I, if I appreciate everything about myself, or,
and that brings up a good point, though, because then you could get into this, like, part where you feel like you're lying to that person now, because that person tells you they love you.
But exactly.
But you know that can't be true. Yeah, like
you don't know the real name.
And so like then that in itself is just horrible, right? So
vulnerability is almost always associated with
once
guilt.
Again, apologize to the person if they listen to this. So I'm looking at the camera.
Trigger warning. Sorry for all you guys out there with fucking issues. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
talking about it. Vulnerability, like.
Also, thank you for letting me think about it. But yeah, so.
Vulnerability, like the lack of being vulnerable with a person, like truly, but really like throwing the love bombs out there anyway. Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, it's manipulative. It's narcissistic.
I know.
And it's also associated with a ton of guilt, because you're like, you're like, you almost feel like you're being dishonest in a way.
Well, see, that's like the tough part is like what is like an honest, unprovoked act of love, like what is something that you like, you can't just say like, well, if it's one-sided, it's manipulative, right? It's just the way in which it's done, right? So with intention to get it back, yeah, okay, maybe that's manipulative, but like, if I don't know, I feel like it's like with the idea of like friends, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not looking for my friend to give me back the same that I'm asking for, right? especially in the moment, right? They may need acts of love. I don't know if I'm going to get that back.
Right.
But they're my friend, and I can only hope that if I'm in a no, I know, but like, well,
But what
I
I'm
can't tell
saying
my
is,
friends
what do you
to love me.
characterize a friendship as? Because
I don't
that
fucking know,
because
honestly.
that's the problem.
I don't know.
That's a friendship is just a different relationship
Who are these
that's not
people?
sexual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so again, the same rules of well, I
You
mean,
know
you
my
can definitely
friends.
fuck your friends. I have fucked almost all my friends, but like you can. Well, all right. Anyway, story for another time. You can.
We're not friends, if you're wondering.
He's also got a penis. Well, okay. So the whole thing is like what we view as a healthy relationship. I talk about this with young kids all the time, who kind of exhibit these traits like at a young age. Like they're not really keen on like what is a healthy relationship in general look like. And they'll be like, oh, well, these are my friends. And I'm like, well, what makes a friend to you? Like, can you describe that? Because if it's a person that you spend time with, you know, because by proximity you guys are in the same class or, you know, all these stuff, like, what is truly a friend? And I think understanding that is subjective. Like, some people are fine with, you know, these relationships where they're not sure what they're going to get back. But I would say that speaks again to, like, the value of yourself. You should never just be giving, emptying yourself. You should be around people
What
who
if
feel
you surround yourself with people that are the exact same way, that only give, and thus you've created a symbiotic relationship where everyone just gives, and thus everyone receives.
Well, no, I mean, it's good to give and to receive, you know, and to do so without, like...
I don't know, like, I agree. But I could honestly say I don't know what friendship means, right?
Right.
I don't.
Because if the friendship to you is just a person that does validate you, or, you know, I'm just thinking, that's a good question.
Yeah.
What do you, if right now...
Answer below.
No, seriously.
Actually, seriously, answer below.
DM us, or, you know, hit one of us up, like, what does friendship mean to you? Like, what kind of, are there conflicts in your friendships? How much time do you spend together? How often do you talk?
Yeah.
What is the nature of, is there gift giving in your friendships? Is there, you know, how does your friendship surface around those 5 love languages? You know what I mean? Like, for you, if you had to answer right now, if you thought about a lot of your friendships.
Grab the orange thing on the. Yeah. So that's a great. I have a ton of friendships, right? And I think it weighs heavy on me because I am a giver, right? And sometimes I feel bad, like I don't contact people or whatever, or there's people who constantly contact me, and I'm, in my opinion, shitty at responding to them, and so it makes it tough, right?
You don't owe anybody anything.
I know. That's true, but that's not how I think.
Nobody really does.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, Kurt Cobain's here.
So you asked me about friendship, right? So part of like my art that I do is like if you live in my mind, right? If you're my friend, you live in my mind.
Right.
That sounds weird, but I think you understand what I'm saying.
You think about that person. You
exist,
consider them. Jay's here.
You exist outside or internally, and so they're like, "What is a friend?" Right? So I was showing this picture before. That was beautiful. This was just like.
I'm keeping the fucking shades on.
Shutterfly is not
I'm gonna keep
sponsor.
I'm gonna keep the shades on the entire fucking time, dude.
This was a moment that was captured between me and a friend, right? Mm-hmm. And it was genuine and candid, and it was beautiful to me because there was just 2 people who were connecting on something that they thought was fun. Right? And so, like, that's just as much friendship as, like, I'm going to tell you about my daddy issues, and you're going to accept them and then still talk to me. right? Because there's a spectrum to when it comes to friends.
That sounds like us.
Totally.
Yeah. So
I told Matt about my
check
daddy
out
issues.
Sorry, I'm done.
No. You're
Check out my Instagram. It will be below. Probably _not_artistic. Because I need validation in my life, and so that's why it's called probably
It's like,
not
no, Maddie,
artistic.
you
Probably.
are artistic.
Yeah, no.
probably maybe just a little autistic.
But anyways, this is me, and if you go there, you'll see like pictures of Jay. Jay's one of my friends. He exists on that page.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Actually, I think it's just like an Alex is on there. There's like 3 people on there. You know, actually Olivia, who took this photo, because we were chasing a rainbow, and so she was ahead of us trying to get to that rainbow faster than us, and Meredith and I were just being little kids twirling our umbrellas, and so she turned around and took this photo. And I was like, oh, send that to me. And so I did this. And so what it does is like, it pops out the moment. So we exist as a whole, but in the moment, it's just the two of us and the street sign. So
Is this Ocean Grove?
Yep.
It's
Main
like you're
Street.
wearing the same outfit.
Oh yeah,
Different shorts.
different shorts. Yeah.
Different shorts.
But if you know me, I have like 10 of these shirts, and I wear 2 of them.
I told Matt about my daddy issues like the 3rd day I knew him.
Yeah, that's how I knew we were gonna get along. Because I think I told you also. I was like, oh yeah, I'll me next time. You can have this moment. I'll do it next time. So thank you.
What's this?
Say
Schwartz beer?
Schwartz beer. So, but anyway, so the question I want to ask you is like, do you believe in product of environment or free will?
Wow.
Which I think that a lot of what we're talking about brings we've been skating like awareness versus subconscious feelings, right? And so is it environmental that brings us to these places, or is it free will? And actually the person who took that photo, first time I met her, asked me that question. I was like, hi, pleasure meeting you. And then I was like, now I need to think about this.
So product of your environment versus free will, I think, well, first of all, I don't know that free will exists. Like, that's just my opinion. But as far as like being innately this thing or influenced by something else, I think that
It's not an easy question.
either or,
There's
like,
another one.
no matter what, like, it's gonna be brought to your attention that you're a certain way, because who you are and how you are manifests itself, like how you speak to people, your actions, the relationships you have, whatever makes you a person is going to kind of like illustrate that a little bit. Now, as far as changing, as far as becoming self-aware, we always have the opportunities to be self-aware because who we are presents itself so outwardly through our behaviors. People give us cues all the time about how they feel about us or what we're doing, or just their responses to us in general. And we have a choice to either take in those cues and be like, all right, you know what? That was a negative reaction. That I think matters, so maybe I need to consider this. Or you don't, or you do something and you get arrested. And that's like a cue to be like, all right, socially my behavior is unacceptable. I'm very impulsive. I need to change this. Or hurting someone and seeing them be injured, or, you're like, wow. That felt great. That's a visual cue to my anger.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to address that.
But like awareness and mindfulness, right? The difference between awareness and mindfulness is awareness is reactive. And
mindfulness is changing those things. Yeah,
proactive to it.
God, I wish I wasn't late.
Why?
Because I feel like I'm the Calvin of the episode. No offense, Calvin.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you are wearing a hat that I would assume Calvin would wear. So.
Really? Because I gave it to him.
Oh, you gave it to Calvin? No. Well, no, just the way he's wearing it. I don't know. It's got, why? It's got the
rope
captain's
rim.
rope.
Yeah.
And the last time I was on the podcast, we were talking about that was my favorite part. Sorry.
And
So
I put the hat on that Calvin would wear, and then I put on glasses that Jay would wear.
And so then you made yourself.
And now, and I also have a scrunchie.
Just in case.
You never know.
Never know.
Please continue.
So yeah, I think like at a certain point we'll always become aware of who we are as people, the things that we're doing.
I don't think that's true.
People are there's only so long where you could be like, oh, I didn't realize I was doing that, because the only reason that you would say that is because somebody brought it to your attention or something brought it to your attention. Like you are being
there's
aware
a
of
moment, whether it being someone telling you or you,
which should spark mindfulness.
Yeah.
Because and part of that journey is hard, because like, okay, say if you have anger issues, right? You have to think about like anger is secondary. Where does that come from? Typically sadness or anxiety.
Anger is reaction.
Your irritability or your whatever, because you're anxious about being a certain way. Whatever it is, it is a reactive symptom
in your brain.
to those different actual emotions that we feel. So, I mean, once you figure out what that is, then you figure out, okay, when I am this way, what is the thermometer of that? Like, so at my coldest point of this emotion, this is what I feel physically, or these are the thoughts that I'm having. And you go all the way up to the thermometer, which is where, like, boom, the outburst happens, where it switches to anger. Yeah. So that's how you create mindfulness. That's a lot of work. A lot of people don't want to do that.
I was going to say, like, for me, in my journey with therapy, like I've said it before, I went into therapy, not for me. What was I, a fool? The first step was being aware of things, and then once I had that awareness, I could then be mindful of it in future instances. Just the way. I mean, just the awareness is. I realize I talk about myself a lot, right? So then the mindfulness is trying to make sure to listen to people more, right? And only speaking when I feel that person has been felt heard, right? Like, so, like, that's mindfulness, right? So instead of listening to them, though, I'm thinking in my head, is it time? But that's another awareness thing. Right?
If you feel yourself getting pissed off,
dude,
first
step to
just masturbate.
Yeah.
And if you're a woman, sometimes you just gotta do the same thing. That's how life works, man. If you're getting fucking angry for no reason, dude, you need to get laid. You gotta jerk off. I jerk off twice a day.
It's not bad. It's rookie numbers, but not
twice bad. Before 12 p.m.
Once in the morning, and then another time at lunch.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying you actively do that every day?
That's why he's in the bathroom.
No, you fuck. Like, she's not getting it.
No.
You've never seen Wolf of Wall Street?
No. Oh, you're quoting a thing.
Yeah.
I thought you were for real, and I was like,
I was like,
cool.
Oh, this guy is really, you get some issues.
Does anyone here
too. Oh my god, my hands would be so much more calloused if I actually did that.
Sorry for your dick.
Oh man, I'd be sore right now.
Jesus Christ.
Well, is that why you were late, by the way?
I'm sorry?
Is that why you were late?
No, I was late because I fucking, of course, didn't set an alarm. And
because he doesn't believe in setting alarms, and he should check his phone when he wakes up.
It's not. I don't. I actually had to go, like, I was getting ready. I was like, I should probably, like, go get my phone. And by that time, it was like 10:15. And I was like, oh, I should have left like a half hour ago.
How do you function like that?
I don't know. Well, it's not like if I had work, of course I'm going to, wake up, check my phone, check my emails, whatever the fuck. On the weekend, I just wake up. On the weekend,
how do you try to wake up? Do you use an alarm?
Once Saturday rolls around, I have like something switches off in my head, where I'm like nothing outside of the realm of my life matters. Like my immediate surroundings, I don't care what's happening. And unless someone's dying, I'm not picking up that phone.
How do you know if they're dying unless you pick up the phone?
Because I have an Apple Watch. And you didn't think about that.
Certain
It's gonna say they're dying.
But text from Muchacha. Mom's dead.
I would never text you that.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
Should call.
That's ridiculous.
Very
I'd
insensitive.
be like,
Ridiculous.
I'd be like, dude, something's happening.
No,
You
three
might wanna
calls.
stay
Dude,
here.
If someone
Something's
calls
happening.
3 times, that means that they're dead. Or
Wait,
that
whoa.
someone's died.
Yeah, you might as well just text it
Yeah.
to me.
I also
Don't call me. Oh my god, there's something. I don't know what to do.
I would never
Don't.
do that.
Careful,
do that.
that's happened to me. So.
Don't do that.
I would really not
God.
want to like.
And you
deliver-
didn't, and it didn't help.
Oh no, I don't answer phones
That's the
because
thing.
that's happened to me.
Don't fucking
Yeah.
call me, man. Just text
Middle
me.
of the day, my
That's
sister
ridiculous.
called me, and now like I love my sister so much. I hate when she calls me because it just like triggers me to a certain event that happened in our lives.
Well, that's. I mean,
Yeah, or like if my mom calls me on times that she doesn't normally call me.
You're like, oh my
I'm
God.
like, that's it. Grandma's dead.
jeez.
This is it. This strengthen
You-
up.
you
Yes,
have a-
mother. She's like, how's your day going? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
You have a funny story about something your grandmother said.
Wait, no. You mean something I said to my grandma?
No, she said. God, what the fuck was it? She said something like.
Just let me die.
Something to the effect of "You'll be sorry when I'm dead."
No.
What was it she said?
She was in hospice, and
Okay. And you went to visit.
I went to visit her. Me and my brother went to visit her. My dad was like, "You should come up." You know, she doesn't have many days left. We go up to see her, and she was a shell of herself, right? Literally, like she stopped eating, and it was quite depressing. But you know, she
Hospice.
was there. Yeah, yeah. And so, like, lots going on. There's people talking, blah blah blah, and then it kind of like settles down, and it's just myself and my brother sitting in that room. And we're just like, okay, like, hey, Grandma, like, you know, it's been a pleasure, hanging out, you know, I don't know what we said, but then she just, like, she wasn't talking or anything, she just mustered, like, the last ounce of her energy, and she just goes, just let me die!
In that moment,
God, like,
in that moment, you were like, "Oh God."
okay, Grandma.
He was
You know
like,
what?
"Okay, bye."
Okay, thanks, bye. Actually, it's funny. This has got a vanity plate for my car that says "K, thanks, bye." Yeah, anyway, but
This is
So-
fantastic.
so that happened, right? And I remember looking at my brother, being like, "Ugh, someone's got feelings."
Right.
Yeah, it was, but that honestly, that was, in my opinion, that was not traumatic at all, and hilarious. Like, my grandma was funny, right? Like, she could crack tiny little jokes, and I know she wasn't joking, but I like to think that it was her being like, ha, I know what will make him laugh. As a, and then like final laugh. So that was it, like in August on a weekend or something, and it was my birthday. I'm sitting on the toilet in the morning, doing my birthday biz, and my dad calls me, and I was like, "Oh, this is it." And he goes, "Grandma's dead," and I'm
On
like,
your birthday?
"Yeah."
Jeez.
And he was like, yeah, you know, like, I went in and told her that it was your birthday today, and then I went to work, and then Denise called me and said that she passed away, and I was like, oh, classic Grandma. She, last joke, I can't do a joke up to her, because she died on my birthday. I've been like, what a great joke. I mean, she wanted to leave this world, eh?
She's like,
So
"Oh, I
might as
got
well do it on
something."
a significant day.
She
that-
hung on specifically.
yeah. And you know what's crazy? My I'm pretty sure this is the date, but I'm pretty sure my grandpa, her husband, died on my brother's birthday.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, they're really fucked.
Oh, so
Yeah.
they had like an
Bunch of
inside joke.
jokesters. Yeah.
They had like an inside
he,
joke.
He touched her from heaven and was like, "Don't forget the joke."
Hey, like
She was
not
serious.
yet.
She was
Wait
like-
for Matt's birthday.
Understood.
I really-
Holy
I
shit. Could
sincerely
you
hope-
imagine though?
I sincerely hope no one I remotely give a fuck about dies on my birthday. I don't want that.
I gave a big fuck about my grandma.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
why he fucks about grandma?
I don't
Phrasing,
like.
phrasing.
I don't give a flying fuck
No, she
about
wasn't
mom.
happy. She was
We
not
know.
happy at all. I mean, I would go as far to say this. I'm honored that she chose my day to give up, or my birthday to give up. But
When is your birthday?
August 22nd.
It's coming up.
Coming up.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be around. For my
You have a
birthday.
sister though, right?
Yeah. Why?
Somebody's gonna die on her birthday.
Oh God. Stop.
Why wouldn't Jesus Christ? Why wouldn't
It's
you
her
be
birthday.
around on your birthday? Why are you gonna be
Oh
around?
no, because I'm.
Do you have any more
I'm traveling.
grandparents left?
We're traveling.
Yeah, I do. I do. God, can you imagine if my other grandma died? She's 100. Oh, so this is what I thought you were talking
She's
about.
going.
I told my mom, right? Like, so I was supposed to go to her 100th birthday, which was back in May, beginning of May, and I started this new job, and not an excuse for not going there, but I just had so much going on, and then the whole shit with the brewery. But so I didn't go, and I made the joke to my mom, and I was like, "Listen, Mom, it's not cheap going out there, so I can either go for her 100th birthday or her funeral. Your choice."
Oh.
Thank you. I got quiet. It was fun in the moment. It was funny. She's 100. I mean, she's gonna. First of all, everybody dies. Second of all, like, kudos to her for still being here. You know, she's gonna flip her vet on the highway one day, and nobody's gonna be
vet.
Yeah,
She has a vet.
she doesn't. She wishes she does. She has flames on her walker. She's a pretty cool
Holy
person.
shit.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what made me really
That's
late this morning?
That's not
I took a shit first thing in the morning, and it took forever, dude. Like I could not get it out.
Oh, I hate those.
So why'd you sit on the toilet if you weren't ready to go?
Well, because
I was.
he already messied up the bottom, right? Once you sit and you push, you don't know what's touched it, so then you gotta wipe and you gotta do all these things. So you might as well take your time and catch up on
Strap
things
in.
you don't have time. Strap up. Nope. Strap
And
in.
also, I woke up with a fucking splitting headache.
What'd you do last night?
I drank.
Oh,
Yep.
What time did you wind up leaving?
11:30.
11. We left like right after you, so like 11 something.
Yeah.
11:45. It was almost midnight, and I was like, we gotta go.
It was late. Chelsea had tapped me and she's like, I have to work at 8 a.m. And
That sucks.
I was like, oh shit, really? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, my bad. I said, well, I'm going to eat this pie first and then we can go.
Good luck, Chelsea.
Also, I'm going to let you guys chop it up for a little bit because I, as I said before, have a psychiatrist telehealth appointment at 11:15. So let's get those fucking mood
Just
stabilizers.
let the boys do what the boys do.
sorry.
Scram.
I thought this was all of that.
No. These medicines gotta get changed.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I'll be back.
Boys, I'm back in town.
I don't believe in medicine.
Yeah. Well, that's it for this episode of What'd You Say? Just kidding.
All right, so now that we're lopsided,
We're lopsided.
well, because the camera is
Just bugging the fucking shit out of me. You put all the hair in the hat, okay, and then you put the hat on, and that should be it. I hope you feel cute now. I got the
comment below if you think I'm cute.
This is. I just want to let you know that I
Stop inviting me.
knew you were going to be here today, and that's why I have debuted these sunglasses.
That's why
I've
you were
had.
late.
I've had.
Couldn't wait to see me.
I couldn't, dude. Trust me, I was thinking about it all night, and
What did you do this
I
morning?
was like, I know. I was like, what am I gonna wear? He's gonna be there, so I got these shades at a vintage shop.
I do like
in
it.
like upstate New York. Which that shop is fuck. I wish I could remember the name. I would fucking shout you guys out right now, but I don't remember.
If you're listening,
These were $20, and I saw them, and I was like, gotta have them.
gotta have. Yep. What's up?
And I fucking
What town were you in?
Woodstock.
Okay.
Actually, I think it was like outside of Woodstock.
Well,
But we'll see.
You know, it's
It
a horrible name of a store. Three
It might be
Turtle Doves.
Castaways.
You know, it's a really cool name for a store. Castaways. That's actually a really cool name.
For a vintage store,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, and so I haven't worn them since I got... You remember I went on that trip to Woodstock with my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
That's how long ago I got these shades, and I have not worn them since I bought them. And I was like, you know what, today's the day.
Well, I think you look great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think they're a pair of my favorite shades.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
I
Kurt
need it.
Cobain, you know? I like Kurt Cobain.
Hey, Kurt Cobain meets Austin Powers.
It's too bad that he's fucking dead. That sucks.
Yeah. Dead people.
How have you been?
They saw me. We're good.
We're catching up.
Yeah, we are. You know what we need to do? We talked about it once, but the beer garden burger night.
We do, yeah. That's on Monday, right?
Yeah.
Are they still doing it?
I think they said they were doing it for the summer. So.
Fuck yeah! All right, yeah.
Two things that if you're watching this video and couldn't tell by my stature, I love both beer and burgers.
Your stature.
If you couldn't tell by the
Kurt Cobain shades.
Yeah.
cans of beer.
Yeah. So mine are a little square.
Excuse me, 2, and it's
1, 2, 3.
and it's definitely not 11:15 in the morning.
I'm
I just stepped in here and at 9:50 and cracked one.
Yeah, Vanessa's
Whatever.
like.
I did my
Vanessa
therapy
texts
for
me,
the
she
day.
goes- Vanessa
I'm-
texts me, she goes,
I'm
"Are you
certainly
at my house?"
more of a square than Kurt
I
Cobain.
texted her and I was like, I'm creeping at the bar. And I was in the middle of taking a picture
Click
of me
on,
just sitting looking this way, and then you walked in. So
What?
Click on that image of him and Courtney Love. Right, yeah, right there. When did he dye his hair red?
before he turned 27, I can tell you that much.
Jesus Christ.
Come on. He's dead. He died being an artist. It's the worst thing in the world.
Courtney Love
He's
is
just trying to express himself. Actually, in this case and some other cases, it's like it wasn't the expressing himself that made him kill himself. It was the
Crazy bitch he was with.
no.
It was-
Don't that.
Courtney
Leave
Love.
that out.
Courtney Love, you fucking
No,
whore.
it was the living under a magnifying glass of life. You know, you no longer could, because he became popular, right? And he became, in the
Well,
spotlight.
can you argue? Like, can you really argue that? Like,
And so you can't have
he
your feelings
met-
without other
did
people
he-
knowing them.
Yeah, but it's just such a he's such a paradox, right? Because, like, why would such a shut-in
Mhm.
like put themselves in the spotlight like that? Like,
Well, he wasn't trying to though.
he wasn't.
No, I mean he was an
Dude,
artist.
Nevermind had like fucking 3 fucking #1 hits on it.
But it wasn't the first of his work. You think that he went searching out for a record deal? No, someone
Probably
found
not.
him
Probably not.
and put him in this position and said, "You can continue to make your art." Right? And then the next thing you know, there's MTV, there's this, there's that, right? And someone who is an introvert, who doesn't want that, has to live that life. Think about it, that's tough.
Yeah, it
It's
probably
unfortunate.
sucks.
Yeah.
Probably sucked.
Yeah. Dude, which is we live in a world that just exploits the shit out of things
Well,
when it has a dollar sign behind it.
do you think that? Let's unpack the Courtney Love thing. You think she killed him?
No.
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 Did you watch that documentary?
Mm-hmm. I don't think she did.
You don't think she did it?
No.
Oh, okay. It's interesting to
She
think
didn't have
about,
a
right?
reason to. At the end of the
Because
day.
he had an absurd amount of heroin in his system,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Well, how is he like shooting that up and then shooting himself?"
Because he was doing heroin for so long that your
He probably
ability
like, didn't
to-
even feel
yeah.
it.
Yeah. That's what happens with heroin.
Tolerance.
Yeah. Thank you, tolerance.
It's so fucking sad.
I feel so.
Can you imagine what the world
Shutting
would
you
be
out
like
of
if
my
Kurt
shoulder.
Cobain was alive today?
Just my knees don't fit behind here.
How old would Kurt Cobain be if he was alive today?
Probably like 47.
No, probably in his 50s.
I don't remember when he killed himself. So.
So he was born
1967.
February.
Yeah, he's older than my mom.
Fuck.
So he would be
50.
57. No, 55.
55. Yeah. Math. Yeah. Shout out to the company you work for.
For hiring you, be math. Or
Yeah,
math guy.
to be math. Right?
Angst-fueled songwriting, an anti-establishment persona. Cobain's compositions widen the thematic conventions of mainstream rock.
See, that in itself is probably why he killed himself.
He was 5'9". Me and Kurt Cobain are the same
Because
height,
of
dude.
Wikipedia?
Yes. No, because of the way that people over-glorified his art. You know?
But it was
I'm not-
glorious.
yes.
I listen to Nirvana like every fucking day.
I agree, but this goes back to the conversation that Vanessa and I are having about, like, accepting love, you know? Like, accepting validation. However much you want validation, wanting it and accepting it are two different things. And my opinion of it is that, you know, coming from, you know, I've lived lives where there was plenty of validation and it was tough, you know? Like, at the brewery, right, people would be like, your beer's the best, blah, blah. I'm like, we're a team and we're trying, you know? Like, because I can't sit there and be like, thank you, I know. Like, you know, so I think it's very tough for someone to sit there and say, I'm putting these 4 chords together and saying that things suck, right? It was over simplifying things. And people are losing their shit over it, right? So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be able
he definitely was not ready to be the voice of a fucking generation.
I know. Yeah, that's a good point. Think about that. Think about the pressure of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it not happening really until it's a shame that guys like this don't really make their biggest impact until they're dead. And it's he was rocking the fucking house when he was alive, but when he died, all that shit became way more valuable.
Yeah. Well, I also think that I agree with that, and I also think that his impact was different when he was alive. His impact was just pop culture, right? And posthumous?
Yeah.
He was signified, you know, what I would, you know, think of like as like mental health and things like that, and an artist, and you know, things like that. So it's like really it's tough, you know, because once again though, it's just pop culture. We just consume, and if something is hurt by it, but it doesn't affect us directly, we don't care. Like that's consumerism 101, and it goes down to music and art and all these things. It's not just, you know, it's not just like, you know, how his first band was called Fecal Matter. Pick that one up real quick in there.
No, it's not.
Cobain got his first band together, Fecal Matter.
What was it called?
Fecal Matter. Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
Here, read that. Highlight part.
His newfound interest didn't take Cobain away from self-destructive habits. Throughout high school, Cobain would get deeper into drinking and drug scenes. He also was fighting with his troubled mother and didn't get along with his stepfather. Cobain spent much of 1984 and 1985 living a nomadic life, staying with friends or sleeping in public buildings to avoid his family problems.
So you want to talk about like wanting love and acceptance and all that?
Yeah, and then he got it.
Like wanting, having, and then accepting.
Yeah, but like he got it, quote unquote, but it wasn't from where he wanted it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
despite recording
another
some
problem
tracks,
with love is you should accept it.
I want to find the Fecal Matter recordings. Bubba, do you think you can find the Fecal Matter recording?
I can find it. I can't
play it. Yeah.
Why not? They weren't signed to anyone.
Still copyright.
Oh, no, okay, I'm not gonna sing Nirvana. You know, it's another good band that didn't.
Hold on.
Fecal matter. Illiteracy will prevail.
I'm gonna put an ad.
Probably not artistic.
That's his fucking
Alright,
handwriting.
Let's see if this works.
Do you think there's still any more unreleased Nirvana?
I don't know. I mean, what does that even mean?
Well, it's like
Say something.
they released
No.
the deluxe version of Nevermind. They released a fuck ton of like demo recordings.
This episode of the What'd You Say podcast is sponsored by Sure Thing Detailing. Sure Thing Detailing is a mobile detailing service that comes to you serving Ocean and Monmouth County. You can mention What'd You Say podcast and you can get $20 off of your first service of Sure Thing Detailing, and it comes with this handsome fella. So mention Sure Thing Detailing, and that's on Instagram at Sure Thing Detailing _, and you can DM, text, or call for a quote.
Wow, that was something else.
What?
Oh, jeez, it's fucking bright here, dude. Oh, Christ.
So, I mean, I think that he made amazing music. I think there's a lot of people that make amazing music out there, and I think it is unfortunate that some of it gets, like, you know, these people that, I don't want to say, like, was, like, not manipulated, but, like, overused or,
Exploited.
like, exploited, thank you, yeah. And so,
I'm on fire.
I know, you are, you're in my mind. I'm glad
Let's
you.
not go there.
Yeah, I'm glad you put band. Fecal Matter band.
Fecal Matter was a short-lived punk rock band from Aberdeen, Washington, formed in 1985 by Kurt Cobain.
Dale Crover.
On drums. If you didn't look at the album cover, it said Dale equal drums.
The group's sole recording session were issued as the Illiteracy Will Prevail demo tape.
Bleach was a phenomenal album.
Session remained unreleased officially. Re-recording of Downer was released on the first Nirvana album, Bleach. Had dropped out of Aberdeen.
Several joke bands associated with the Melvins. Who the fucking Melvins?
Anyway. But to talk about like posthumous impact, like you have like Juice WRLD, like a lot of people follow or listen to Juice WRLD now when he was alive too.
Who's that?
A rapper, like even Tupac.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Like Tupac, Biggie.
Oh yeah, Tupac. I know Tupac. Yeah.
What do you think about Dave Grohl?
I hope it's not listening because I'm about to say some shit. I think it's super generic.
Super generic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the same thing.
I mean, there's some really good. He's talented. Don't get me wrong. He's a very talented person, but like, there's no feeling to his music. And anyone who loves Foo Fighters is soulless.
Oh my god, dude! I fucking can't agree more.
My biggest favorite band is Foo Fighters. I dated this girl who loved.
Fucking Kelly, Christina's sister, dated this guy who was obsessed with the Foo Fighters, and when I figured that out, I was like, that makes so much sense because you're a fucking dork.
Yeah.
Like, he was such a fucking dork, dude. And I got fucking. He used to wear those, those chunky like DC sneakers, with the round toe.
He
was fucking wearing them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was so drunk, I just like couldn't contain myself, and was like, we got to do something about those. And he was like, what? And I go, your shoes fucking suck.
Like these ones.
I was like, dude. I was like, no self-respecting person wears those. Oh, dude, there was so much. The ones go over to the left a little bit. Those. I was like, are you out of your fucking mind? He was such a fucking tub of sour cream, dude.
I love sour cream.
Yeah, but like he was
a
sour
tub
cream.
Of cottage cheese.
Was he lumpy like that?
Just some fucking creamy white, pasty fucking dork.
He was white chocolate.
I fucking hated this guy. He was super loud and annoying. Fucking go down a little bit. They were all white though.
The point
I don't know.
is that if you're Foo Fighters,
If you're a Foo Fighters fan, I
get some culture.
yeah, like
Dave Grohl, very talented
travel
guy.
a little more.
Yeah.
Explore.
I don't know. Maybe let Spotify find other songs that are more soulful than Foo Fighters. I feel like sometimes like my Spotify is like, who the fuck are you? Because like I'll be
and you're
listening.
like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's my exact answer. I've been asking myself that, Spotify. But like sometimes it'll hit me with a suggested song at a time where I like it just speaks to me. I'm like, you do know me, Spotify. So, but then I'll be like listening to like I don't know, like classic rock, and then next thing you know I'll be listening to like trap music. all in one fell swoop. And
Next song.
Yeah.
Very next
And then
song.
it's like trying to make a playlist for me, and it's you know, my phone starts smoking because it's like I
It's like that SpongeBob.
yeah.
What's his name? What's his name?
What's his name? Anyways, so how are you doing?
How am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm in crisis, and I haven't.
Crisis?
I am just not having a good time.
You're not?
I'm going to be completely 100% honest with you. And I know that like on this podcast I'm silly and I'm funny and stuff like that,
Well,
but like that's just like a
those
character.
are personal opinions of yours.
That's honestly just kind of a character, and my life is actually falling apart. So
Woof. I'm here for you.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I'll be okay.
Then I'll leave.
Yeah, I'm okay. Great. I'm great. I mean, life is not that bad. It just could be way worse. But so many different really shitty things happen in the span of like a week.
Yeah, I've been there.
That and you know, I talked to my psychiatrist, and he said, "Okay, we're gonna up your dose, and also, it's gonna be okay. This all seems very situational."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what, you're right. It is very situational. What if I just situated to suicide?
Don't
anyway,
do that.
Don't do
don't
Actually,
do
push
that.
that out,
I'm
man.
kidding. I'm kidding. Bad joke.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Put a disclaimer on.
please, nobody
Yeah.
off themselves.
Actually, real quick, I did want to talk about the new 988 number that they've established for certain things like suicide. If you're feeling like you need to talk to somebody, they're creating a 3-digit number, 988, coming out July 16th. So if you need to talk to somebody, you can do that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's free. It is America, so it might cost money, but
and please do, because despite what you might think about yourself and the world around you, there are people that care about you, and there are people that love you.
yeah.
You are not alone.
Yes.
Unless of course you are.
Anyways, back to your shitty joke about you wanting to not be here.
Oh yeah, no, I like life. I'm just fucking around, but feelings of inadequacy and it's all natural stuff. So I'm fine.
Well, glad we took care of that.
Or am I?
Bum, bum,
Are they because of external factors?
They're always.
Well, no, and I asked that because there are times when I feel that way, but it's like an internal problem.
Yeah, but it's
so
but
I'm
it's
just
all
asking, like, is it because of shit that's happened externally, or like, does that make sense?
You know why I'm making these jokes? I haven't had a coffee yet today.
Mm.
That's probably what it is.
So don't make slogans for
no
Dunkin'
caffeine.
Donuts.
No caffeine.
For
And
donuts
also
and
talking
Dunkin'.
about Kurt Cobain didn't fucking help.
Yeah.
Um,
But I agree. Like, but at the same time, wouldn't you say that those internal feelings usually are triggered by external factors?
Yes, but there's always a yes but with my answers. If you haven't noticed.
No, I've noticed your butt.
I also feel like the external factor may not be present.
It doesn't have to be
like
present.
Former, like, years ago, manifesting trauma or manifested, past tense, manifested trauma.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's still external. You didn't ask for it. You didn't ask. Most people don't ask for their traumas. They just ask to get rid of them. It's, that wasn't supposed to be profound. Keep talking.
how are you doing?
Me? I thought you asked that already, but I'm doing well, I think.
All
I
good?
know. Doing well? Yeah.
You having a good time?
I think so.
Yeah?
Been busy lately, but...
Yeah. I saw you were at the flea market the other day.
For a hot second.
I was
only there from I was just there to help Olivia set up, and then I had to go down to Delaware for my buddy's 35th birthday.
Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't go down there and try to, sneak up on you. Because if
I
you
wouldn't have been there.
You wouldn't have been there, one, and also I was high as fuck.
Yeah.
So, running into Meredith and Olivia while I'm fucking stoned sounds like a nightmare. I'm not gonna lie. Not because I don't like them, but because Olivia's new to me, and and Meredith I don't like. I feel like
end of conversation. And Meredith I don't like. Is that what
I know. no, you said it.
we heard sentence.
Meredith, I happen to really like. She's an awesome human being.
Agreed.
But I just am not comfortable being in that state of mind around her.
Oh man.
Without more context.
Yeah.
In context being we know each other, but we don't know each other. She doesn't know me to the extent that you know me.
Well,
unless of course,
but she knows, but she knows me, and we're very similar.
True.
Thus, she knows you.
Well, maybe we're similar.
Maybe you haven't given her a chance to know you.
Not many people get that chance.
Yeah, well, sorry for them.
Because
they're missing out.
I would like to remain. I like to keep my mystique. When I leave this fucking guy, when I leave work, I want people to wonder, what does he do when he
masturbate?
Does he just disappear? I masturbate, I play PlayStation, and I cuddle with my cat.
All at the same time.
In that order. In that order. Actually, cuddle with my cat while I play PlayStation.
Yeah. Masturbation is separate, don't worry.
Masturbation is just if I start getting low, I'm like, you know what, I need some dopamine. I fucking put on, I go to Spank Bang or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then I'll, Bubba knows what I'm talking about. That's why he's laughing. His nasty ass Bubba likes that shit. By the way, Spank Bang is the best
what is
porn
that?
site. It's the best one.
Seriously, what?
Can you please?
I'm not, no.
Yeah,
Come on, dude.
Can you at least pull it up? You don't have to put it on.
Just pull it. Pull it up. Just pull it up.
Yeah.
You don't have to put any porn on.
Please.
Come on, dude. No. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, I'll tell you why it's awesome.
Okay, now describe it. This is
because if you
what
ever,
does it look like? Is it?
Because if you
Pornhub is black and orange. What is this?
Because if you've ever seen a scene that you really like,
okay,
and you're like, I wonder what the rest of it's like. This is great for that because they always post the full video.
You see, I have a funny theory, right?
Yeah.
Right? You go searching for the full length video, right? But you end up skipping through it.
Here's skipping through it for the best parts. Now, Because if you go to a website...
So if you're wondering, men are very talented in that they can skip through things while moving their hand.
When you skip...
Multitasking.
First of all, if you're on an iPhone, it's called high-speed scrubbing. And also...
Sometimes it's not fast enough sometimes.
If you're on a website like Pornhub, like, it's edited, but, like, it's a 4-minute video, and they're moving too quick. I'm like, maybe...
Slow it down, have a little fun.
Maybe I wanted to finish myself looking at the position she was in. But now I gotta scroll back. It makes me feel like an addict. Because I'm like, I want to see that again. Let's go back. That's what I want to come to. Fuck yeah. And then, like...
I agree.
Action videos and Pornhub are doing it wrong.
Listen, I do the same thing. I know exactly what you're talking about. This is not foreign language to me.
I know
what you're talking about.
Like, dude, every guy does it, and it's like, oh, hold on, like I'm gonna go back to that part, because that'll give me the biggest.
Back to the part where she said she loved him, and not taking.
Oh, dude.
Take me back to the part where they hold each other for too long.
They look each other in their eyes. It just came twice.
I saw a video like that where, like, I think it was Angela White. Look up Angela White. Just not the... Don't type in, like, Angela White.
Not nude.
If you just type in Angela White, it's only going to be, like, pictures of her face. If you type in Angela White anal, then you're going to get some porno. Okay, so it was her. And she was fucking this Spanish dude, and I guess
Latino dude.
Whatever, dude. He was white, so he was Spanish. I'm just assuming because he was a Spaniard. Yeah. I'm not one of those, like, my geography's not fucked up. Like, I know it's up. I know that Spanish is European.
Yeah.
I
need to know now.
I'm like the middle of the country that I live in.
Okay, cool.
So she's fucking this dude, and she comes, like, actually comes, and I stopped masturbating because
I was taken aback,
holding each other, and she's whispering, "That was amazing, thank you, I needed that," and he's all like, "I love you." And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? This isn't what I'm looking for. This is not what the fuck I'm looking for.
Well, all the broken men.
Can you take Angela White off the TV before I get triggered?
Wait, go to that picture. Oh.
No. Wait. Let me see that one.
Oh. It was. Wait, seriously, go back. It was like...
Seriously, go back.
It was like a cartoon
Bubba, go back.
her.
Bubba, go back.
Bubba, go back. You
can show me all the...
There's like, scroll down a little bit. There's like the green one. Yeah, it's like a cartoon of her with a snake.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not...
That's not pornographic.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty sick.
That snake's getting at it, though.
Where's the end of that snake? Why don't you send that to Matt for later?
Nah.
It's a parting gift from What'd You Say.
Yeah. Doesn't do it for me.
Me neither.
Yeah, I have a hard out.
I need more shock value.
So we got 17 minutes left.
Okay.
What else do you want to talk about?
Well, not pornos.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure my mom can hear this whole thing.
Is she here?
Yeah, she does.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, man. I have to take a shit. We can end it.
Okay. Jeez.
Ouch.
Had you had 2 of those? Jesus, I'm fucking...
What? These 4.8% beers? Yes.
Yeah, but it's a tall boy and it's, like, heavy.
No, it's not.
This is great.
You're heavy. I'm heavy.
I'm very heavy. I'm like 290 pounds.
This is actually really good. I was saying the shot.
We went to barbecue last night. Bubba was there, and there's a buddy, Nick, and his wife Carly, who I've known my whole life. Mm-hmm. Shout out Nick and Carly. You guys are awesome hosts. Their house is fucking so sick. And
Carly was on Nick.
Nick, we were talking about like kettlebells. You know, we only train with kettlebells. And we fucking got a kettlebell workout in for like 5 minutes. Nice. At the barbecue, dude. After eating some really salty chicken. and it wasn't a problem that the chicken was salty. I like that. It was so perfectly marinated and juicy. I used a charcoal chimney.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
the fucking thing with the handle?
Yep.
He
get it going, right?
He lit up that hitter, son. Let me tell you something.
There's a different flavor.
If I could have slapped that chicken on a fucking piece of brioche bread, dude.
I haven't had breakfast. I'm starving.
My life would have been goddamn complete.
Stop.
It was so tasty, dude.
It was beautiful yesterday. It was so nice.
It was so perfect.
Yeah.
I worked outside most of the day.
It was so nice. I told some of my employees, I was like, follow me, and they're like, what are we doing? I was like, we're going outside to stand in the sun for 5 minutes because it's so nice out.
Get some fucking vitamin D, boys.
We're so busy at my job right now. We just it's like a weird problem to have. We keep winning jobs, right? It's great, except we're winning them all at once, and we don't have people to do them, and so because of that, it's like everyone's just overworked. Bad, good problem to have. I don't know, but
you know what you should do, dude? I just got this idea. You should fucking get a bald fade, bro. Just shave your head.
No.
That shit would be sick.
Nah.
Shave your head, dude.
No, I did it once.
Did you?
Yeah.
Let me see a picture of that.
I don't have a picture. It was a long time ago. I was like, I want to say I was like 19 and
you were going through something, huh?
Definitely drunk. Yeah, I was, most likely. Cause I'll always be going through something. But I was with my friends and we were like, fuck it, let's shave my hair off. And I have a very lumpy head. It's like, especially like back here. I got one of those like...
Well, you look like you have those like you almost look like Albanian. Like you could just fucking...
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what Albanian
I know
is?
what that means. I don't know what the reference is. Like, why do I look
like Action Bronson, kind of?
So you're saying I most likely have like lumps?
No,
like
when you look like
up,
no, you look like
you climb the back of my head.
You look like if you shaved your head and got a tattoo on the back of it, you would look fucking dope.
Thank you. I'm not gonna do that, but thank you.
That's okay. Yeah. Don't take my advice.
I am working on like a tattoo for here.
Just right there. That's it.
Yeah. Well, just to start, you know. I only have. That's all I have. Just my family crest.
God, you are
pasty white,
translucent.
Although all the lights in this building are like blue lights on the like blue side of it, but
this is your window arm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Get new red. Does this sting? Does it hurt? No. Yikes.
Ooh, daddy.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
That's enough. The mic too, dude.
What?
Sit right up on the mic. Too.
Yeah. This is what Jay sounds like.
Phelan.
Dick Phelan.
Oh, this fucking guy. Phelan. What do you mean you lost it?
Sound like me at work.
Let me fucking tell you something right now. You better find my fucking money. You understand me?
You gaboosh.
You better find my fucking money or you're done. Do you understand? You're done!
Anyways, does anyone want to shout anything out?
No. That's not going to work. No. Because I got my cousin's bar mitzvah on the 14th.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Jewish. Yeah,
it's because you're Jewish.
That's how Matt talks on the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly, exactly like...
Yeah.
Phelan. Go for Phelan.
Talk to me.
God, dude.
I heard someone say that once in the store. Talk to me. I was like, are you fucking retarded?
Talk to me or like go for...
I was like, that's why they called you, dude. Yeah. They planned to talk.
Yeah. See, meanwhile, I answer the phone and I say, don't talk to me.
Please don't say to me I'm not gonna
I have
like.
a couple of friends in my life that call me.
Do you ever see the difference in age groups, like how they hold up the phone?
Yeah, fuck you.
Bubba, do you do that?
No, I do this.
I do this.
Wait, that blows my mind.
Yeah.
Some kids do that. They're like,
That's
so.
not even how you hold a
They're
cell
like, what is it like if you're on the phone?
Okay, it hurts. You gotta really commit to it.
They go like this.
Hello?
They go.
That's true. Like, why are you putting a banana up to your?
Well, yeah, it's like some people do this.
I'm shaka.
I hold my phone like this, with my thumb. That's how my dad does it.
I'm like a dad. I hold it like this.
You're like this.
What the fuck? Dude, what are you, an ape?
My
Okay,
boss,
here we go.
my boss only talks on the fucking phone with an AirPod.
Oh, that's the only way I do it too.
Okay, before we close up,
Welcome back.
is Jenny from Forrest Gump a piece of shit?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
This has been long undisputed.
Jenny is horrible.
Oh, Vanessa's back.
Yeah.
So Jenny is a fucking.
She's using.
She's
it.
a first of all, she's a freeloading whore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel bad she got molested, but that's not an excuse to fucking give a guy AIDS.
A mentally disabled person.
Why are you fucking a guy? He's not just stupid. He's got autism, you freak.
Autistic people can fuck.
You freak.
Yeah, but he was like particularly autistic.
You freak.
He was super fucking autistic.
Wow.
And it's like, it makes me wonder. I'm like, she teased this fucking guy forever. And cock teased this guy for decades.
Literal decades.
Decades. And
He
then
ran across the country for
and
her.
then she's like, okay, now that I picked up AIDS from this drug habit I had in the 80s, I'll fuck you. And
She also had a kid. Too.
And now that I have your baby,
and
I
I'll
no
have
money,
your baby.
and you're rich because you own Bubblegum Shrimp Company, corporation, whatever.
Well, he was also
God, I gotta watch that movie.
he also invested in Apple.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
And she's like, you know
So
what?
he said, "This fruit company.
Yeah.
We don't gotta work no. We don't gotta worry about money no more."
He said we
And
don't
I
have to
said,
worry about money no
And
more.
I said, "Well, good. One less thing."
Well, that's one less thing. I fucking love that movie. Okay, so I watched that movie 100 times.
Yeah, that really was her shit.
I might
And
watch that
I
tonight.
looked, but the last time I watched it, I don't know if I was just like being mentally unstable or what. The bug. But I sobbed.
It's fine. No one's looking at this. Continue.
Fuck.
Continue. We don't have much time.
Oh yeah. So I know I was like sobbing uncontrollably, and I was like, wow. I'm
Oh,
having
what
a
part?
moment. The whole thing, like just I was up and down, up and down, up and down.
Run, Forrest, run!
I just love the whole perspective of that movie of like you know like it's just a guy telling somebody a story, and you don't realize that it's
And then
almost,
people
almost like
change
the
on the
sub-
bench.
or like the main story is like talk to people because they have great stories. Like that's the main story, and it's like this guy's just sitting on the bench.
It is fucking bonkers, like having been born in the 50s. Like he's a kid in the 50s.
Are you telling us about your personal experience?
No.
Okay.
No, like
It's
just
you
like
weren't.
well, like you're taking like it's from the perspective of someone who lived through like the craziest shit in human history. Like
Vietnam War,
Dude,
the
Nam-
60s, fucking Nixon,
60s to
like, the whole
70s.
shit, like.
and everything that happened in New York in the 90s. 94 was it? Like the World Trade Center.
No, dude, that was 2001.
No, it's
No. There was another
It's
time.
93, the bombing.
Yeah.
But he wasn't in New York at that time.
Yeah, but it still happened.
Do you think he was like aware of it though?
Probably.
Media
yeah.
was much different then than it is now.
He got a pair of Nikes.
It was still cut from the same cloth or whatever this.
It's just fucking wild.
But yeah, no, it was a crazy time period.
It's just wild. Like those, like the 50s and 60s, 70s, 80s.
You know, it's wild. In 30 years, people are going to be saying that about people who were born in the 90s.
Oh my god, can you imagine having been born in the 90s? Dude, those guys, they saw the internet. They were born with the internet. Okay, and then they got phones. And then they got Neuralink. Okay, and then they were fucking moving stuff with their minds. Okay, and now all we have is a stick
and
a rock because they fucking blew themselves up.
11.
Now we have a stick and a rock.
With nuclear war.
My favorite Joe Rogan joke is he goes like, only people fucking and having kids are dumb people, and eventually one day, none of the smart people are gonna fuck anybody, and we're just gonna be, and something's gonna happen, and they're gonna be like, do you know how to fix that? I don't know how to fix that, so a smart person fix that. And then we're just gonna de-evolve.
Did he say that on the podcast?
No, he said it was one of his stand-ups. He was talking about.
Do you know how to fix that? I don't know how to fix that.
Yeah, like when the power goes out, we just sit there and wait for it to come back on, right?
He's kind of right? Because it's like
that's what that was the joke. He was like, yeah, you guys know when the power goes out and you just sit there and you wait for it to turn back on. Like those people are gonna be gone one day.
have you guys ever seen that movie Elysium?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay, so it's Matt Damon, right? And he lives in 21. It's like 2154, right? And it's like there's barely any borders. I mean, most of America, like North America, they all speak Spanish. Mm-hmm. He speaks Spanish. All the rich and powerful people, politicians, all the business owners, all the people that fucking matter, live in space in this fucking thing. It's like a
space station.
It's like a space station with like an ecosystem, and it's like, it's really hard to explain because I'm fucking dumb, but like,
not true. What's the name of the movie?
It's
again?
easy to explain. You are dumb, but it's easy.
Elysium. Bubba, can you show her?
Bubba's got his shoes on, ready to go.
Bubba's like counting down the minutes. He's got a gym date.
Ooh.
No, he can't. What's it called? Elysium?
Elysium. All right, well, we just discovered a fucking plant.
It's a nice plant, too.
Elysium. The same way you spelled it, but with like a fucking...
Yeah, that movie right there.
Yeah, 2013.
That's also a beer.
Fuck, that was a while ago. Okay.
Jodie Foster.
American dystopian science fiction.
Some of my favorite.
Okay, in the year 2154, humanity is sharply divided between two classes of people. The ultra-rich live aboard a luxurious space station called Elysium, and the rest live in a hardscrabble existence in Earth's ruins. His life is hanging in the balance.
A man named Max.
Yeah.
Matt Damon.
So they all work in like these shitty factories making robots for rich people. It's fucking bonkers. That is true. That is a future that is possible.
Mm-hmm.
With the way things are going.
Yeah.
And if that is the future, I'll just kill myself.
988. Check out that number if you ever need any help.
Please do.
Starting July 16th.
And it's maybe not funny that I used the joke to get us there, but seriously.
We're there.
If you're having fucking trouble, tell somebody.
Yeah.
Call me, dude. Hit me up on Instagram. I'll fucking talk to you. I don't give a fuck.
Definitely tell me, but just know I'm a mandated reporter, so don't tell me too much unless you really want to go to a hospital, because I'll send you there.
Yeah.
Look, honestly,
God, I'm so white.
Guys, look.
You are so white. Oh my god.
Jesus
Get some
Christ,
sun.
dude.
Hey, look at my hand. Alright. I would like to once again shout out my art page, probably _not_artistic.
Yeah, and he made this really sick MTV looking logo
Oh,
for
that's
our
right,
podcast,
yes.
and we are going to use it.
Yeah.
To
We're
make
gonna
merch
use it.
in the fall.
Yeah.
We're gonna use it, and we're gonna use him like the fucking little whore he is.
Thank you. Also, check out Depressed with a View. It's something that I'm helping with.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shout out Olivia.
Yeah, well, she doesn't want her name associated with it.
Oh.
But shout out
Sorry,
to
bud.
Depressed with a View. Follow them. We'll probably have some collaborations coming up with some... Actually, Okay, so the photo I showed before, that was her photo. What else? Love your mothers. Give them a hug for me. Tell them I said what's up.
Psych.
I don't know. That's about it.
All right, thanks.
See you in a
guys.
month and a half.
Episode
Final frame.
59. Thanks, Bubba, for all you do.
Go fuck yourself.